Hey guys, it's I. How is everybody? I think I've been gone maybe 2 days, 3 days, and it's so weird. I get on Facebook and it's like, whoa, it's gone crazy on Christy's site with the comments about cycling. And I even saw my name in there about me cycling and doing fine and all that. And I want to address that first since it does concern me. First of all, when I did my round, I had no idea what cycling was. I treated my round as a 60-day round, which was already off protocol. I was looking at other people's ventures in sublingual and gathered information about that and found out that you can actually go 60 days on sublingual. Not to mention I was on herbal stuff, which I didn't really trust at the time. So I figured I'm going to go 60 days and treat it like a sublingual round. But I look back at it and I do have some regrets about it. First regret being that I should not have done a mini load. After reading pounds and inches again and again and again, I should have remembered that when you go on an interruption, basically raise your calorie intake to about 800 calories and eat P3 type foods. Now, I did that, but what I should have done when I got back onto the round is that I should not have done a mini load. It says just eat like you've been eating in the interruption. So if I've been eating 800, 900 calories during the interruption, then my first 2 days of injection should have been only 800, 900 calories, not loading. Okay? You're not supposed to load, because when you put that load word in there, then you look back at what you're supposed to do in the very beginning of the round, where you're supposed to eat as much fat as possible to restore your fat cells. Now, you're not really supposed to do that when you come off interruption. You're just supposed to eat like you've been eating during the interruption for the first 2 injections. No loading. So I regret that because I actually gained 3 pounds from loading, which that should never have happened. I'm thinking, like, if I didn't lose those, I might have reached goal, 125 instead of 127.8. So that's my first regret. My second regret is that I started before Tom instead of after. Meaning I started like 10 days before Tom was going to start, when I should have waited for Tom to start and then start the last part of my round. Or maybe that might have been considered a new round by that time, because it would have been over 3 weeks of an interruption. So I always recommend to people, when they ask, to wait till Tom starts and then start after that. So I did do well in the long haul. I mean, if you count my whole round, I did really well for it being one round and the last round. But my last 20 days were not as successful as I wanted them to be. So I just wanted that to be clear, because sometimes things get foggy in interpretation, because for one, I have like 100 and blah, blah, blah logs up there, which is ridiculous. Great for me, because I can look back at every single one and learn from it. Now I want to go back to Christy's poll, whether she should go or not. First of all, the comments went on way too long, because not even halfway through, Christy already said, oh wait, Tom's coming, so I can't start anyways. So then, bam, should have got cut off right there, and the point was moot. But we are all learning in this journey, in this process, so we become argumentative in a good way, because I know we don't dislike each other. We all are friends out there in YouTube land. So people's input, I'm not going to call them opinions. I read opinions in there somewhere in the Facebook, because it's not really an opinion where they just pulled it out of the air somewhere. It's something that we've learned from pounds and inches and from our journey. So it's not an opinion. It's, to us, closer to fact than it is to just blurt out something that, teaching each other and learning from each other. And I didn't want to comment on the thread right away. I actually drove from where I was for a while because I didn't want to comment not knowing all the facts, basically, and kind of being riled up, which I wasn't riled up, but I didn't want to get riled up. So I actually stopped reading after about the 35th comment. And I just came home, took a shower after my massage, and I'm all fresh and new and I could think straight. So first of all, Christy, Tom's starting, so the point is moot, that you're not going to start after 11 days, that you're going to wait. And that's the best decision you can make, girl, because Tom is a bitch. It took me almost 7 days to lose 2 pounds. I stayed in high spirits because that's what HCG does to you. It gives you, well, for me at least, it gives me like a high, a euphoric feeling. So I wasn't down on myself, not to mention I was already fitting in some really small jeans, so I was very happy. If you look at it at another angle, if I were at, let's say, 169 pounds and I only lost 2 pounds in 7 days, well, then I would be pretty ticked off.